So Trump, during this NABJ interview, claimed that, and the quote is, immigrants are taking black jobs. All right. And by the way, you're talking to a group of journalists. So all of a sudden, I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out. And then, of course, she presses him on. Well, what does that mean? What does black job mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
I don't know. All right. Is he trying to say low pay or some menial type of labor? You understand that you are sitting in a room that is filled with black journalists from all the major papers and all of the newspapers that aren't major, right? So are you trying to tell me that these immigrants who are sneaking across the border are somehow taking black jobs? I mean, are they taking Tim Scott's senator's seat? Are they taking Kamala Harris's vice presidential seat? Are they taking Congresswoman Crockett's seat? I mean, whose seat are they taking? What job are they taking that he's referring to? And of course, he had no answer for it. But I wanted to ask you, how do you interpret this comment? And what impact do you think that it'll have on his support, again, amongst black voters?
You know, when Donald said black jobs, what wasn't said in that is this undertone of racism.
Yep.
And the racism, it reckons back to when this country was divided and when segregation still existed. Hell, it might even go all the way back to slavery, because black jobs back in slavery were slaves who had to do really demeaning manual labor, picking cotton, right? Working out in the fields. That's what Donald Trump is talking about. He is making a racist statement when he says and talks about black jobs, because in the land of the free, home of the brave, all jobs are available to all people in this country, right? If you want to be a doctor, you can be an African-American doctor. You can be a Latin doctor. You can be it doesn't matter if your life is on the line and you're faced with a life or death situation. Does it matter what race that person is, as long as they know how to do the work? So Donald Trump was taking it all the way back to his racist roots of when African Americans were picking cotton and doing menial labor and menial jobs that he sees as demeaning. It goes back to a story that was shared that Donald Trump didn't want black accountants working in his casinos, that he wanted only certain types of people counting his money. These are statements that he was alleged to have said. I don't want any N-words counting my money, is what he's alleged to say. So well, he does.
Yeah. I mean, and you and I have had this conversation before, and I wrote about it in my book, Disloyal, where he didn't want Randall Jackson, who was in the first season of The Apprentice, right? And he made it to the finals.
Oh, Kwame. Kwame, yeah.
Kwame. He didn't want, he goes, and he made that statement, which, I don't want a black fag working for me. And someone who were like, what? Wasn't he like a Harvard graduate or something like that? I mean, he was brilliant, and he maneuvered brilliantly. And actually, I had several conversations with him over the course of that, and I was like, you could tell somebody who is highly educated and highly functional, and he certainly was. But that was always the story that that came out of Trump's mouth.